wow, this is really scary because my connection just dropped out just as I press go. And I'm already nervous enough, so bear with me and be nice to me on the comments. I'm meant to just be an author and a writer, and now today I'm a video maker. I can't be an actress, so I'm just going to be me. But yesterday I was a marketeer, and this whole writing experience teaches you that you are a publisher and you have to learn the world of business and Facebook and marketing and PR and now video making. So that's why I've got my writing hat on. I've got the smart one on because this is the day before the launch of Payback. So it's not the sun hat or the beanie. But it's the hat that tells me that I need to sit down and be creative now and take away all the other things that I have to think about. But just before I do that, I thought I'd do a quick video in honor of the launch of Payback because it needed something special, something a bit different, not just a normal Facebook post or a Twitter announcement. So here I am, and I'm just going to expand a little bit on Payback and also show you a little bit about behind the scenes at the moment. So Payback is a dialogue novel. It's a little bit different in that it's going to be launched only on Facebook, Twitter, and on my blog. I'm also going to be putting it on Wattpad by popular request. It is, as it sounds, dialogue only, which isn't as crazy as you might originally think because plays and scripts, movie scripts are dialogue only. Dickens, in fact, also serialized his work, and this novel will be published twice weekly on social media platforms. The reason being is I'm a writer for teens, for young adults, and it seems to me the novel is evolving. It's not going away, just there's room for a new form of it, given that the young people are hanging out on Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat and all sorts. Why don't we publish our work on those forums, on those platforms? But it doesn't seem appropriate to have an entire novel on Twitter or indeed Facebook, maybe a blog, of course. So I've sort of altered the way it's going to go, created something that is published live twice weekly, maybe 3 times weekly eventually, in the hope that young adults and teens, young people, obviously hopefully crossing over into older ages as well, will be happy to read Payback on their social media platforms. The big pro, I think, is that while you're sat in a queue or waiting for a friend who's late for coffee, maybe just in a waiting room at the doctor's, you can grab your mobile phone and read another episode of Payback. They're only short, and because they're published every few days, there's always another one coming soon. So it'll pass the time. It'll mean you're reading something like a book rather than just texts and other sort of update newsy posts. And I'm also hoping that it'll help attract some more reluctant readers who often skip to the dialogue anyway and skip out all the description. Anyway, we shall see. Payback launches tomorrow. It's about 4 jet-setting young friends. They're all very different. Let me show you my writing room. This is the special room that I use for writing only. It has no internet, no phone, no emails, because it really needs to have no distractions. So it really is just me and a computer and a few books, the dear old thesaurus and word finders that I still love, still enjoy a paper book as well as the digital books. And anyway, so talking back to Payback, basically these 4 jet-setting friends, you can see the screen I've got up here for Wattpad, are rely on each other very much because they've been through a lot and their parents are either dead or have let them down. And one of them, Shay, is an accomplished sailor who solo sailed the Pacific. Drew has inherited not only his father's business empire, but it seems the sins of his mother. And Colt and Harper are both international tennis stars. But something happens, of course, as the catalyst in any good story. Shay's uncle is murdered within a day of her brother being involved in a hit and run, and the friends realise that someone is after Payback. Also, Drew then receives strange anonymous texts proving or showing him pictures of his mother who's alive, even though he buried her 6 years ago. And that's kind of where we start with the story. So that's Payback. That's what it's about. This is my writing room. This is me. And I'll just take you round to the control centre, as I call it, because this is where a lot of the action does happen. Just walk through to... It's pretty grey and yucky today, actually. So this is where, yeah, all the research happens. This is where I do a lot of marketing, answer emails, respond to all sorts, really. This is the business end, I guess. The accountant. I haven't got much for him lately. Anyway, so it's kind of quite different and cluttered, and I always come in here and my brain feels like it's going to explode, so I much rather work in the writing room. Big difference. It's also sort of in the centre of the house here, whereas the writing room's the other end, and I can shut the door and it's nice and quiet. And now my computer's just turned off. Cool. So Payback launches tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST, so New York time, for those of you who don't live in America. And it will be available on Facebook under Payback, or you can just go to my Facebook page and link through. It'll be on Twitter under Payback, as well as on my blog, which is www.tarynbashford.com, and on Wattpad, again, just search up Taryn Bashford or Payback. And then the second episode will be on Sunday. So I think that's probably it, really. I don't suppose you really want to have a look at my screenshots of various Facebook and Twitter posts that I'm going to be doing, but it's all sort of set up for Payback to launch itself, hopefully, without too many hitches and hiccups. But love to have your comments and thoughts, whether you're an author or a reader, a teenager, a mum, a teacher, a librarian. I'd really like to know what your thoughts are in terms of the form a dialogue novel, otherwise known as a script or a play. But I'm calling it a dialogue novel because it's going to be going on social media, and it's obviously not a script or a play. Sorry about that. That's what happens on live video. Someone phones you. So that's me. I hope that wasn't too awful. Goodness. And I hope you enjoy Payback. All right, bye.